What do you think of the old thing?
Hi.
Great.
Hi. 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 Okay. This work must. Performing. Oh,
Essentially, exactly.
As written. Okay, cool. So those were props for the show. So Barbara and I created this piece in about 5 meetings. 7. I just wanted to we worked really hard. And then Barbara went away and she left me alone here in Vancouver for 2 whole weeks. What is that going to do?
Have you never been alone in your life for 2 weeks?
Well, I was in Europe filming a movie. Real big deal. An international superstar. Like it's about the amusement. So Barbara just got back 2 nights ago.
Yeah. So I'm not so tired now, but I'm having like an existential crisis about who I am and where I belong and what belonging is and like who is here. Whatever, so it's really great to be
This is our second time ever running the piece. So last night was our first time running the piece together in its entirety in front of a live audience. And tonight's night number 2.
And something we forgot to mention yesterday is that it's kind of like about Samuel Beckett a little bit. And we forgot to mention, we kind of forgot to mention that. And then people that were like, ooh, we don't get it. And we're like, yeah, exactly. Thought maybe we would mention that tonight.
Just like watch over you folks.
Scene change. No, it's a different scene now because we're on the stage. So in the last year of acting school, theater school, Nita pitched a production, an adaptation of Samuel Beckett's play Not I. She was rejected.
They weren't ready for such radical reinterpretation.
So what is Not I? What's the play?
Yeah, so Not I is obviously a play written by Samuel Beckett. It's performed by one woman, and the character is Mouth. So the image in the play is a mouth, just a mouth, with a spotlight on it suspended about 6 feet in the air. She speaks at a breakneck speed, fractured sentences. Some call it the speed of thought.
And how did you want to perform Not I?
I wanted to cast 2 actors, females, in the role, and I wanted them both to collectively create the physical and vocal score. So they would both know both parts, and then I would separate them in space, and one would be the mouth, and one would be the body, and then I would switch them up every night.
And how long did you have to put this show together?
3 weeks, that's pretty standard.
Okay. And there were student actors, probably?
Yes, but I actually don't think that was the reason that the project was denied. I think that it had to do with my interpretation of the script, and that perhaps my vision of the play ran different to Beckett's original intent.
Right, because his estate sues people.
Absolutely.
Like they'll sue the pants off of you if you mess up one of his plays.
They sure will, and they might even shut your production down.
What kind of stuff do they sue you for?
Well, I heard about a play that was shut down because of the use of unauthorized music.
Very interesting. So tonight, on behalf of Brief Encounters and the City of Vancouver, Province of British Columbia, we would like to announce that we will be doing an unauthorized adaptation. It's Not I.
Just kidding.
Don't undercut it. I was about to bust into it. At the speed of thought. No. But I'm gonna talk a little bit about that performance. So we got really inspired by this controlling psychopath whose estate sues people. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that about Beckett. But by this intensely rigorous artist And thought, wow, who is this guy who can, from beyond the grave can shut down productions? That's kind of amazing. So we thought, okay, like if we can't mess with Beckett's stuff, we can kind of mess with each other's stuff. So I wrote something that while I was away, Nita tampered with, which she'll perform after. So this is my, right now, what I'm going to perform for you. This is back, like this is me, like this is perfect, what I'm about to do for you. You understand that, right? Perfect. Not a word should be changed. I used to think the point was to show you that I was hurting. This was hard because the things hurting were mostly invisible and, let's face it, inconsequential. It felt like you could kill 100 of them by swatting into the air around you the way I suppose you could kill mosquitoes if there were enough of them. My things weren't the mosquitoes. They were those slender ones that get in through the mesh, so I wasn't getting bitten by anything significant. I heard the buzzing. I wanted the significant biting. I didn't think much about how the other word for a mosquito's buzzing is whining. I thought the point was to hear the buzzing and to be beautiful. I hoped, once I had the mosquitoes, the next thing to bite me would be hummingbirds, and then crows and ravens and hawks and upwards to eagles. So perfect, I forgot the next one. I thought the point was to be something like Prometheus. He stole fire for us, and his punishment from the gods was eagles eating his stomach forever. As far as I was concerned, this was making the big times. The actress currently playing Beckett's mouth, playing the mouth in Beckett's Not I, is Lisa Dawn. She gives many interviews about the process, is very articulate, loves Beckett, has insights. She has the kind of insights I have had about ex-boyfriends, insights which were in a way about me, or at least you could say, thinking about my ex-boyfriend's cruelty was a way of thinking about me. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not saying Beckett is a bad boyfriend. Whoa, wounded woman, whoa, whoa, whoa. Lisa Dawn chose the backless black dress she performs in herself. It's photographed from behind in the contraption she designed to keep her mouth fixed into place, that tiny aperture of light. From behind, her white back contorts gorgeously in all of its muscles. She makes up the bottom half of her face in black grease paint, pinks her lips, and then walks hooded, but for the mouth, to the scaffold, which, I will remind you, she designed herself. She puts her head through the hole, slides her arms through metal rods to keep her torso flat to the wood, and then her stage manager straps her head into the contraption, covering her ears in thick padding. She can't even hear her own voice until she's unstrapped. The point is, the force of her voice shakes her body out of the light. The straps keep her in focus. It is a mesmerizing image. She writes, "I've given myself hernias." She writes, "It looks like torture, and it is." She writes, "I think my ballet background is key. Normal people, not even actors, don't have that kind of discipline, perfecting every step as if your life depended on it." What is it that you recognize in yourself when you realize that someone else is doing what you thought you always wanted to do? When the dress is elegant and the suffering makes the New York Times? What is it that you're catching in light when you find yourself knowing that you would never do it, and yet you're turned to photograph after photograph of the white back straining away from the board, find yourself reading interview after interview, trying to discern somewhere in the text why you shouldn't do it or why you should? Okay, Nita. What do you have?
I'm going to go straight into my adaptation. I found this text very inspiring. It inspired me to pick up a violin for the first time ever, to try to process and interpret their words. I'm just going to prepare a little bit.
Do you have any of those awesome Beckett quotes that you had yesterday? We had emergency Beckett, like if things got bad on stage, we were going to comfort ourselves with Beckett. This works. Oh. We're not beginning to mean something? Mean something? You and I mean something? Brief laugh. Ha! Ah, that's a good one. Well, that's comforting.
Random Beckett quote.
Any situation, please. Go for it.
Significant. I don't know, that's it.
Well, your adaptation makes me sound even more angsty. Thank you.
I'm going to move directly now into my original interpretation. It's actually not an interpretation, it's an original offering that I made for Barbara before she left. And folks, I'm going to pull out a piece of paper because I wrote it. I want it to be performed exactly as written.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to forget any lines.
I wouldn't want to forget any lines. It's very important that this is performed exactly as written. In my youth, I trained extensively in Shiketi method ballet. Drive for perfection. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Through the blood and with painkillers, the show always went on. I used to be good at putting on a show. Until lights out, undercover, unless overcome with emotion in inappropriate places. My kindergarten report card stated that I was a sensitive child who cried a lot. I took refuge in rigor, precision, whole body in alignment, muscles contracting and releasing, endorphins, rehearse, 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 perform, perform, on cue, as choreographed. When life is spiraling out, the control required to master discipline and technique can be a lifesaver. Feet bleeding, toes wrapped in gauze, Tylenol 3s for the hip pain, dancing with a bruised then missing big toenail on point mid-run, each subsequent night a small but growing torture, an infected blister running an angry red path up the shin, splints. Then I admired a dancer who never developed breasts. She ate only bits of bread and spoke in whispers. One had to lean in to try to capture her thoughts. Mouth. Her mouth. Barely moving. What happened to her, I wonder? Where is she now?
I used to eat nothing but little bits of bread. Grade school, hot lunch day. Everyone gets hot dogs and donuts with cream inside. I think they're called Long Johns. Are they called Long Johns?
Yes, we are.
You guys are so... I never got to know.
Jeez, I'm hungry now. Is it the big finale?
It's the big finale.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm gonna come out of the accordion has to be unplugged. It has to go up, it has to be feral.
Yeah, we're gonna come join you down here for all of this.
Okay, that we're yeah.
That close?
No, I just wanted to see what she'd got.
Should we offset ourselves a little so that we can see what they're... Won't you read me? Yeah. One thing. I got a thing. Oh. Okay, yeah, you might have to read record quotes if that's awesome.
Dance first, fake later. It's the natural order. I was kind of scoping you out in the lacy talk. I was wondering. I had this idea that I was gonna like ask you to tie me up. Maybe I'll actually read the little thing. Sorry, maybe like read a little bit of the Are you curious why I thought you? Yes. I thought you would do it in a way. I didn't want to ask if you do sing with you because I thought that would be kind of like loaded to have. Like, and you don't kind of sing this too, but you would be nicer. I feel like animals come to you. I just wanted this to be like the next thing. Because Nita is now tied up and we're going to put. So I wanted that to be nice. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm going to write a song.
We're gonna be fine.
What's it like in the hood?
It's a bit warm in here. It's I made it out of the super fuzzy material, so it would feel nice on my face.
Is it nature? Can I take a picture with Flash?
Go for it.
What's it like? What did you do with what I left behind with you? What did you do with what I left behind with you? It's a kind of tenderness. It's a beautiful surprise. I'm glad I tried.